Derek replies, this is illegal. And Sean Combs, Kim Elworthy are, are all behind this, and you're going to just sit there and let this happen, Your Honor. And the judge says, gotta pay the bills somehow. And the witness, Kim Elworthy, says, amen to that. Real life.
If it ain't real life, just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
I'm gonna tell you what's let me read a little. Let me read.
Oh, please take it time.
No, because I gotta see that this is gonna be most of, you know, the basis of where I respond to questions that you have to ask me today. Because I'm living at fuck you mean.
Come on. Come on.
The defendant Derek Cordello Smith said, Your Honor, I want to say this much. My mother is going to have to hear me say lies. And then she's going to think that I'm this type of person that I'm not. I'm not this kind of man that you people are forcing me to be. I want it to be clear that you can say on the record that I am a man who defended a woman and myself, and that I am being framed for multiple rapes that I am innocent of, and you know it, and are still forcing me into this with your full knowledge. Are you man enough to say that on this court record, sir? And the judge's response is, I am more than man enough to say so. Everything you said, I adopt on the record as true. You are not a rapist. You have been framed. And it was all done on our approval, and most especially on the approval of Kim Elworthy. Are you happy now? Derek responds, hopefully one day this will all come out. The judge says, not today, take him back. Derek replies, this is illegal. And Sean Combs, Kim Elworthy are all behind this, and you're going to just sit there and let this happen, Your Honor. And the judge says, gotta pay the bills somehow. And the witness, Kim Elworthy, says, amen to that.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Damn. So, Jack, when you see the words justice for Diddy, what is justice? What does justice look like to you?
I don't know if that's even possible. Because if he was able to pull this off before he was a billionaire, look at what we got going on now. See, this is bigger than anything that any of us can talk about.
Mm.
This is in Detroit. Who would ever think that the diddler had action where he could move things around like this in Detroit? And we're talking all the way back in the 90s. And every time this man has been about to come up for parole, Kim Worthy goes and gets one of those great kits that she's been holding on to and just throws it on him. And he's back, he's got to stay in jail. You don't remember right after Diddy was taken into custody, that story that came out about the inmate that sued him for $100 million and won on a default judgment? Y'all don't remember hearing about that right after he was arrested?
Yeah, it was a lot of it was so many lawsuits, but yes, that was one of them.
Yeah, but it was the only lawsuit where you had heard somebody had actually won against him. Inmate. Derek.
Mm, well, yeah.
He was actually an investor in Bad Boy. And they've been keeping him monkeyed up in jail all of this time, so they ain't gotta pay him.
Yes, hell, I want to know what justice for Derek looks like right now. Jeez, hell,
He's entitled to 49% of whatever Combs Enterprise has amassed in the past 30 years. Almost 30 years. That's what he's entitled to. He already won a $100 million judgment. See, this is what was going on in the background while whatever that foolishness we just watched happen was happening. This was all going on in the background. It's starting to make you wonder if that trial happened to cover this up. Everything that they've done to ruin it so people would never believe a word that came out of his mouth. See, when you start here with these transcripts from 1998, which were sealed and then unsealed in 2007, and then sat there in the clerk's office, and nobody knew about it because nobody knew to come and get it. Nobody knew where to get it. Different names on the same case number. They thought they were clever. But see, when you start here,
oh please.
let's just read a little bit, shall we? I know we ain't got a lot of time left, so let's try to get in what's important.
Please.
Derek, the defendant, says on record, thank you, sir. Okay, now, because Miss Worthy was being a little bit difficult on the stand. Actually, let me give you a little bit of context about how this whole hearing even happened to begin with. They were pressing Derek about taking the deal to dirty himself up and to agree to plead no contest to a bunch of grape that he didn't commit. He was refusing to take the deal, he was fighting. Derek alleges that there were threats to harm and eliminate his family if he did not go along with it. There was a lot that was being put on him. So he made the deal that if they did this separate hearing, acknowledging the whole truth and nothing but the truth, he would plead. That was smart, wasn't it?
Without question.
So yeah, so that's how we have this transcript, because he was smart enough to ask for a hearing where the truth was acknowledged before he went and lied on his own name and willfully went to jail for a bunch of stuff that he didn't do to save his family and to keep his investment secure in Bad Boy. But we'll hear about that in a second. Okay, so defendant, thank you, sir. Okay, now, Miss Worthy, I will be entering this plea to crimes I did not do in order to save my family from being targeted by this criminal empire and to ensure that I can be released in 25 years because I did, in fact, take a man's life. Now, while it wasn't self defense, I still took his life, protecting a woman. And I have to be humiliated and have your office turn me into an sexual deviant who hurts women when I actually saved a woman. Is that correct? Kim Worthy, the witness, says, yes, correct. Do you understand that? Next thing you know, next thing on the record here, Derek, the defendant, says, this is the most horrendous thing I have ever seen in my life, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves. But you have the power, and I am just a pawn. As long as you, Ms. Worthy, and Sean Combs uphold their end of the deal, then we have a deal. My family is safe. My money gets to grow inside of Sean Combs' company. And the great he did upon me gets covered up, and all of the evidence stays with Kim Worthy. The evidence of his great on me and the homicide evidence gets to stay with you. Kim Worthy, the witness, says, yes, correct. The defendant says, okay, well then, let's do it since I have no choice. The witness says, no, you do not. The court says, okay, well, it appears to be all set. Anyone have anything to say in closing? And this is when Kim Worthy begins to speak. Yes, Mr. Cordello Smith, do not ever try to break this deal. I will not. And Sean has assured me he will not. If you do. But boy, not one person will ever believe you, even if you have this record unsealed. I am untouchable. But your family, and you saw what happened to Nevers and Budson, right? So do not break our deal. I will clear you later on, on any of the other grapes. But if you break it, I will add more and really make you look terrible. Believe me, I can do it today, tomorrow, or years from now. We have everything we need to make it happen. So get your ass in there and take that plea. And it is going to be guilty plea for the sex crimes. The defendant, Derek, says, okay, but I can assure you of this, Miss Worthy, one day, this will all come back because the truth cannot be hidden. Light will always shine through the darkness. I am a man who saved a woman, not a man who hurts women. But that will all come out some other day and time. Kim Worthy, the witness, says, not today, though. Now, y'all heard what I read you. At that time, she was a sitting judge. She sat there and threatened that man's life and threatened his family.
Mm, damn.
This is in 1998. You want to know what's even wilder? There's a moment where the judge refers to Diddy as their good friend in New York.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.